Welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I'm Jeff, and this channel is where I review my personal gun collection and I share it with you guys. If you like this content, click that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. It'll help the channel grow. Also, hopefully it'll give me opportunities to work with other YouTubers and maybe some companies down the road. Also, the icon button, and it looks like a bell. If you click on that, you'll get notified of my latest uploads. That being said, let's get on with the review. Before we start this video, Ted and I, we wanted to say good morning. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. See you at the review. Thinking outside the box, I want to try something completely different, at least for me. This will be the first time shooting the Springfield XDM. This is provided to the channel by a viewer, which I'm very grateful for. There will be some comparisons to the Canik TP9 SFX. They have some similar features, along with the Glock, specifically the Glock 45 MOS. I just did a review on this. If you guys are interested, it'll be in the link below. I absolutely, and I know I say it a lot, but I really do love this gun. Alright, I gotta put it away. We gotta talk about this guy. Starting with the outside of the case, this kind of reminds me of a small Pelican case. Get a closer look on this. It's got very aggressive texturing on the side. I highly doubt this is gonna slip out of your hands if you're transporting this. You have your two locks, right here and right here, for transporting to the range or anywhere you want to go, which should make it 50 state compliant. The inside, this is pretty damn thick. Again, it's kind of like a Pelican case if you ever have one of those. Obviously everything's all pre-cut. It comes with 2 magazines. Got your little logo on there, engraved. Magazine number 2 with your engraved logo. And it comes with 2 back straps. Pretty handy. If you got thick, big old fat fingers like I do, changing these out, definitely handy. It's gonna come with, and I haven't used this yet, looks like Lucas oil. I've heard good things. I won't be using this because this is not my gun. And then if you want to change out your sights, you have a few options. Typical fashion, it comes with a lock, and as you can see, they have their mark on there, and they put the cleaning rod inside the bag. That's pretty cool. I like that. Less things you have to keep track of inside the bag. Now, to the gun. First things first, we'll make sure it's clear. It's hard to see in the chamber, but alright, gun is clear. I gotta tell you, right off the bat, this thing looks gorgeous. I really do like it. Sorry, Glock. I still love this gun. We'll leave it at that. You look better. So this is gonna weigh about 29 ounces, which is very similar to the Glocks. The grip is going to remind you of a FN 509 platform. It's very thin. It feels to me a lot like the FNs. Obviously, minus this feature here. If you try to pull the trigger, not going to happen. You gotta engage, safety, and then pull. I think it's a great feature. I really don't feel it when I put my hand on here. Some people love it, and some people hate it. But I think for a home defense platform, this would be spot on for me. Trigger pull feels kind of heavy on this, as well as it should. There's your wall. I'm guessing this is probably right around, I want to say right around 6 pounds. Maybe a little more, maybe close to 7. We'll go ahead and do a trigger pull and confirm that, but that's what it feels like. So why is that a good thing? Why not have a lighter trigger on this? Well, for home defense, it's the last thing you want. You want to make sure if you ever have to pull that trigger that you absolutely 100% meant to do it. With a light trigger, it is very easy to accidentally discharge your weapon. It has a safety feature that's incorporated in the trigger, which is this little teeny blade right here. That has to be pulled in first before you can actually pull the trigger. As you can see here on the Glock, here's your blade, pull it in first, and then you can engage. Also, the Caniks have also a very similar design. Here's your blade, and pull, engage. The difference is, with the XDs, they added an additional safety feature, as we showed before. So this has to be pushed in before you can pull that trigger. That being said, this trigger is very smooth in the first stage. If you can hear that. There's no grittiness, kind of like the FN 509s, they are very gritty. But on that first stage, you pull. This is your cocking indicator. This is going to let you know that the gun has been chambered. Does not tell you if there is a round in the gun. This little piece right here will be bumped up if you have a round in the gun. So you'll feel that with your thumb. Again, that's just letting you know the gun's been chambered. That's all that means. Pull it, and there you go. It does come with front and rear serrations. I do wish the front serrations were a little more aggressive, but that's just me nitpicking. Your takedown lever is going to be very similar to the FN or maybe the Smith & Wesson. It's not going to have your two little takedowns as you do on the Glocks, which can be a pain in the butt. Speaking of which, Caniks come with a huge takedown lever. Much easier. Again, nitpicking, but that's what my first impressions are. It comes with a fiber optic in red, and it does come with red and green, so if you want to change it out. I would change these out. I would get night sights of these. I don't know if True Glow makes them for the Springfield. I'm sure they probably do, but that is a good brand. That way you can pick up your sights in the dark a lot easier, and you can find your gun for what it's worth. That's just my opinion. Working our way to the barrel, this is going to be a 4.5 inch hammered forged steel, and as you can see right here, it says match. So this does come in the match barrel. Will you notice a difference between a non-match and a match barrel? For the average shooter, I don't think you will. I think you have to shoot an awful lot and have a lot of different platforms compared to before you can start noticing any kind of a difference. But from 25 yards, this thing shot pretty damn good. Took a little bit to get used to. I was shooting a lot of different guns that day. So going back to back from Glocks and going from the Canik and so on to the Springfield, it's just a little bit to get used to. But overall, it shot pretty good from 25 yards. The velocity on this must be a little bit different from a 4.5 inch barrel to a 4 inch. As you can see here, the steel fell down. This happened off and on throughout the entire day I was shooting. Looks great on video, but it's a pain in the butt to keep on going over there and putting that steel back up. So, at 25 yards, it was hitting pretty good. Taking a look at the inside after 100 rounds. Let's go ahead and break it down. And as expected, it is pretty clean. Now normally I would break this completely down and show you the barrel and everything else, but on the Springfield XDs, this spring expands greatly and it's a pain in the butt to put back in. So that is noteworthy if you're going to take this apart. It will not be like your Glocks. Is that a big deal? Not really, but just to give you a heads up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. That being said, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys at the next review.